60 seconds, which has been recommended to me by the chat. So if this game sucks, that was a UFO. If this game sucks, you have to blame the chat. But I'm excited about it. It's post-apocalyptic dark humor, supposedly. Let's play some 60 seconds classic and see what happens. After an hour or so of this, I'm going to be talking with my friend Chris Sparks all about some really cool things, which I think you guys will be interested in. Is this difficulty settings or scavenge? Scavenge supplies from your house and make sure the fallout shelter is well stocked by the end of your run. No survival included. Exploration time 10 seconds, scavenge time 60 seconds. What? Okay, I don't know what this is. Anyway, I'm going to talk with Chris about stuff for about an hour, and then it's time for D&D. That thing's in the way. I don't know how to interact with stuff, apparently. Soup! Yes! Yes! Brilliant. To the shelter! Where's the shelter? Hold on. Shouldn't I, like, make my family come? No room. For my family? I'm running into lamps and shit. Aha! Oh! I have to put it in the shelter and... Get out of the way, chairs. Oh my god, I just picked up my wife, I think. Where's my child? Okay, this game's incredible. I like this game a lot. Is there like a running option? Didn't I have another kid or something? Bring the chessboard. To the shelter! Okay, yep. What did my family ever do for me? Leave them. Soup can be stored for up to 737 years. Oh, I'm loading too quickly to see the main menu. It's time for me to contemplate the true extent of my failure. Alright. At least I had soup, indeed. So, like, did I lose? Did I win? I don't know what that means. Why is there pizza on the roof? Is that a Breaking Bad reference? Survival. I want apocalypse mode. We'll try that next. Timmy. Ted. Cards. So we're going to use the axe to kill Timmy. Day one, Timmy is safe, and that's what matters. It's not. We barely got here in time ourselves. We have no idea what happened to Mary Jane and Dolores. Maybe they're okay. They're not. Our shelves are full of cans. We'll eat from cans, we'll sleep on cans, we'll even talk to cans. Some of us already do. There are only 2 of us, so I don't know what that means. Plenty of water means we don't have to worry about that for some time. This is the best talked shelter we've ever seen. We've never seen another. 1, but we're sure this is a good amount of supplies. I want cake. Time to ration supplies. Timmy doesn't get any. Timmy does get some. Alright. It's hard being down here, living here. We need to make it the best of it, or else we might find ourselves in even more trouble. Why are there check marks in the sky? Are those birds? Timmy needs to go. I forgot my shaving supplies. Timmy seems very disengaged in general. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope the help soon comes. No news is good news. There's nothing new going on with Timmy. There's nothing going on with Ted. Nothing new anyway. Time to ration supplies. It looks like the area is still irradiated. Going to the wasteland right now is unsafe unless you don't mind getting sick. Ted is vigorous enough to withstand the hazards of the wasteland. Timmy can do it. Timmy can go to the wasteland. Should we start preparing an expedition for tomorrow? Yes. Yes, I think that's a good idea. It's really weird when you get the feeling that something is watching you. Our shelter is tiny, but this has been bugging us for a while now. We checked all the closets and no one's hiding there. Is there something alive down here besides us? Maybe a rodent of some kind? If so, we need to show it that we are the dominant species in this little paradise of ours. But we don't have a gun, so we'll use the axe, I guess. Whatever it was, it's dead now. Quite dead. Maybe there's more hiding somewhere in one of those nasty little holes. Timmy might not look like it, but he's a strong young boy. He's doing just fine. Ted seems to be doing all right, even though the world has gone to a crappy place. Time to ration supplies. Some of us are keener to go outside than others. Either way, it's time to choose the most able and responsible person for the quest to gather more supplies. What to take outside? Bullets. I feel like we need a gun. Oh, we're only allowed to send one person. Alright, Ted's headed outside. With an axe. Ted is gone. Ted is gone. The axe is gone too. Oh, fuck. Nothing new to report on Timmy. Ted left for the surface. We hope he'll be back soon with an axe. I don't get to, like, control him on the surface? Playing with matches is never a good idea. Doing so in a tiny underground shelter is probably even lower on the good idea scale. A few matches later, and we ended up with flames licking up one of the walls. Time is short. We need to put it out and save our supplies. What do we save? Okay, there's only one thing we can save. That didn't seem like a difficult decision. Ted is still not back. Drugs! Get the drugs. That was our first thought. And we were able to secure the medkit before it was burnt to ashes, but the fire grew quickly and damaged other supplies. I don't think it did. I think that's lying. We need to go through our stuff and see what's fine and what's not. Timmy might not look like it. Yeah, we know about Timmy. Timmy's a cool kid. We had the most curious visitors today. One of them was making the sound of a galloping horse using a pair of rocks and hitting them against each other, while his companion was pretending to ride said horse. This is a Monty Python reference. They claim to be on a very important quest to seek some magical cup. Oh, it's very much a Monty Python reference. Only they lost their way in the wasteland. They asked permission to have a quick look at our map to determine their whereabouts. We don't have a map. I think Ted might be dead. We couldn't contain our laughter, and our guests took offense. They ran off shouting that our ancestors were rodents Are they like not allowed to actually use the line? They're probably not. Your mother was a hamster and your father smelled of elderberries. That's what it is, right? Your mother... something like that. Yeah, Palowart. I don't know who we is. Like the good scout he is, Timmy is making the best out of the situation. He even seems cheerful. There's a fly. How did they get that in the game? That's some intense graphics. Timmy's about to run out of food. We wish we could just leave. Sitting down here with barely anything to do is driving us crazy. Still, it's better to be safe down here than dead up there. Timmy is good. Well, at least he was 5 minutes ago. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about getting away as far as possible from this radioactive wasteland. Who would have thought the Reds would ruin such a lovely... Oh, the Reds. Okay. Yeah, okay. We could do it on our own, the escaping part, not the ruining part, of course. However, there might be someone out there who can help us. Let's keep our ears and eyes open. You don't have a radio. Is there something I could, like, be doing? Like, it seems that Ted is dead. This doesn't... There's one thing we need to do. It's to use a radio on a regular basis to catch any emergency broadcasts that might be transmitted in our area. It's either that or it's strolling around outside waiting to get picked up. The first option sounds a bit more sane. Timmy's on his best behavior. And okay, we don't have a radio though. A group of doctors knocked on our door today requesting some supplies that would be helpful in refilling their first aid kits. We didn't doubt they were the real deal for a second. They did have lab coats and everything should be help them. Yeah, take our water. That sounds like a great idea. Just give you all our water. Is he back? Ted's back. How was it, Ted? We asked them for their doctor licenses, but they all claimed they left them another pair of trousers. We didn't dare ask if it was just the one pair. We gave them a water bottle and wished them a good journey and better luck with trousers. Ted has safely returned from his voyage to the surface. We were surprised to find out that the metro station wasn't exactly abandoned. It's inhabited by a group that uses bullets as currency. They were armed and not overly friendly, but they're no bandits either. They allowed us to take a look around as long as we didn't touch any of their stuff. There's a typo there. Near the metro entrance, we discovered a tomato soup vending machine. Of course, we left most of our change and another pair of trousers. Despite the dire circumstances and all the trouble we were going through, Timmy is being very brave. Ted's stomach is rumbling. Ted is really tired. Timmy can have soup, but no water. The neighborhood is still highly radioactive. Trips to the surface are a big risk to our health right now. Ted is too weak for any expeditions at the moment, but Timmy is in good health and full of optimism. How'd you go, Timmy? Thanks for the host, Filthy Robot. Welcome to our apocalyptic dark humor bunker. To all of Filthy Robot's viewers. Ted is very tired and poorly shaven, and Timmy is about to be sent to the surface to die. I just got an achievement for doing this on Steam. I feel achieved. Fond memories are one thing, but we need to be ready for the harsh reality that awaits us. Timmy is on his best behavior. How long will it last? Ted is hungry. Timmy's been on his best behavior like this entire time. This is a good day to go outside, stretch a bit, maybe get some fresh toxic air, scavenge a thing or two. We sure could use some extra supplies. That's if we want to survive. So those people trade bullets. Wait, what is... Oh, holy shit. I had no idea. That's clever. So we'll send him with a briefcase. And in the briefcase, we will put 1 fire axe, 5 bullets, and 1 med kit, which will hopefully help repair whatever happens when we put an axe and 5 bullets in a briefcase. We went out to the wasteland. We don't know what we'll do if he doesn't come back. Equipment. Oh, he took all of our stuff. There's never a good time to go out into the radioactive wasteland. But it seems this will become a necessity in this new world of ours. We thought it would be a good idea to make this happen sooner rather than later and planned a trip outside. Before we could make the 3rd step beyond the shelter doors, an unknown creature started growling at us in the darkness. We had only moments to decide what to do. Drink the poison! That worked for me. Playing Divinity, so we'll see how this goes. Insect killing spray can wipe out any mutated mosquito as well as creatures lurking in the shadows. It didn't bother us again. Where's water when Ted needs it? You may have 1 water. We were about to finish our dinner, if you can call it that, when we heard someone knocking on the door. It seems to be a trader who's very interested in ammunition. How about that? Oh, I don't have a chest for it. Whoa! There's a spider in front of my face. You guys see that? I'm trying to work out where it is. You guys can't really see it on the webcam. There's a fairly large spider on my microphone right now, though. Come on, Mr. Spider. Time to go. Into the cup with you. Alright, I'm gonna throw this spider outside real quick. I was meant to let it bite me. I'm not sure about that. Not sure about that. It's sort of wet and rainy in Seattle today. Hopefully our spider friend will be okay. We could tell the stranger was disappointed, but that was none of our business. If ever was a time to get used to life being disappointing, the end of the world is probably it. We don't know that this is the end of the world. No need problems with troubling Ted this fine morning. No supplies for you then. Surviving down here is no walk in the park. It won't get easier. We're hopeful this will blow over soon and life will be back to what it used to be, or else we might face dangers we've never dreamt of. Seems like a really kicking time. Somebody got bored of marking how many days there had been, and so we only have 10 marked. No kids or wife. I have 1 kid. I've sent him out into the wasteland to die, though. We're trying our best to remain calm. The situation we're in is far from normal, and we might never get used to it. We hope the help comes soon. This morning has been calm enough for Ted, and he's doing well. Okay. As long as we have food and water, we can stay locked in, but we'll have to leave eventually. It would be good to head straight to safety instead of getting ourselves into more trouble, if that's even possible in this situation. Our hope is that our brave soldiers will come to rescue us and take us to some well-hidden, well-stocked government shelter. Oh, you poor, naive man. Timmy had comics about those, so you know they must exist. All we need to do is make contact with the military. 1000% of the time, scavengers would come and kill us if we did that. Also, we have no radio. If there's one thing we need to do, it's use a radio on a regular... Yeah, we read that already. We don't have a radio. The game didn't give me a radio. We need a radio. Yes. I get it. Is Timmy back? How long does it take? Ooh, that's a nice beard. Got some stuff going on. Ted needs some soup. We plan taking a trip south in 2 months. If it's still there, we are going. Right? Sure. I wonder which part of the south. Hey, Timmy's back. He looks different. He looks glum and like sort of older and like he's seen... I don't know. Some trouble. So he padlocks Ted in while he's gone? Holy shit. Timmy's back with soup. Timmy came back from the wasteland and is safe with us now. During our expedition, we stumbled upon the ruins of a familiar building, our local bank. Although a place like that might not be the ideal source of useful supplies, we decided to go in anyway. You never know what you might find except for bags of cash, obviously. It looks like the bank was robbed just before the blast. The vault was cracked open with saws hidden in teddy bears. Who does that? Who does do that? Is that a reference to something? I don't... Pop culture? I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. We can see why they wanted to rob it so badly. The place was filled with tomato soup cans. How did it end up here? Maybe the mail had delivered to a bank instead of a food bank. Oh. We found a shopping bag on the floor next to the counters. It contained a couple of rotten bananas, a hand cream, pair of bunny slippers, and some bottled water. There are so many references in here, and I don't get most of them. Tempting as all of these treasures may have been, we limited ourselves to taking the water. In the bank's back office, we found an open safe. It was empty, but the unlocked padlock we found next to it might prove useful. Okay, so he hadn't padlocked Ted in. The ammunition's gone. The axe is gone. Timmy needs food or else he's going to die. Ted is fine. There's a picture of a girl playing a saxophone. You going to La La Land? How you doing? Ring ring. There we were, thinking we'd never hear a telephone signal again, when suddenly a phone starts ringing from somewhere outside. We figure it's a phone booth across the street. Should someone go answer it? No. Nobody can go answer it. I feel trapped down here. It was a Payday reference, alright. Just way too dangerous to just run randomly to a ringing phone in the middle of a radioactive ghost town. It does sound sort of dangerous. We're not taking any chances. It took a while before the ringing stopped. It was pretty annoying for all of us. Timmy should eat something. All Ted wishes for are a few drops of water. We're not certain about the situation on the surface. The trip could be risky, but we could really use the supplies. Nobody is well enough. There isn't a lot of space down here, and we can smell everything. When one of the wall bricks got loose today and revealed a hole, we felt pretty sick. It's the smell coming from the hole. It's terrible. Should we investigate and remove the source of the stench? Let's do it. Hell yeah. Tell me more. There is a man playing golf? Cutting a tree down? Cutting a tree down? We looked into the hole, fearing something might come at us with claws, fangs, or other mutated and sharp body parts, but nothing happened. Instead, we found a dead rat who was trying to break into a can of tomato soup. He failed miserably. We have a feeling we'll be luckier than him, so we confiscated it. We gave the rat a proper burial in an empty can. Who deserved that much? Timmy should eat something. Ted is fine. There's a Superman person. A woman came by with a creature she claims is a camel, provided that camels have 5 legs. I'm going to take 2 waters in exchange for my medkit. Oh my god, we survived 20 days. Why isn't this updating? It's because they only thought anybody would be able to last for 10 days. So they like didn't even consider what would happen if somebody lasted this long. That's what it is. There just aren't graphics for it. Timmy is very hungry. He needs water. Ted as well. Why can't Ted go outside? I'm sending Ted outside. Ted, you're gonna have to go outside. My feeding strategy is cock blocking game progress. Well then. Oh, they actually just can't go outside, okay. Alright, so I'm feeding them stuff so that they can go outside. They still can't go outside. We can keep sitting on our backsides here in this tiny little bunker, or we can start thinking about... I already read that one. I already read that one. Whoa. Oh yeah. Very suave. He looks younger. Younger. If there is one thing we need to do is use a radio. I'm just gonna feed them everything every day until we die. Okay, Ted is ready to go. The last thing we expected to hear while sitting on Fallout Shelter was a trumpet. It was played by someone who was clearly not a trumpet player and who had probably never heard a trumpet player in his entire life. He came with a friend who knocked on the door and demanded that we let the merrymen enter so they could take from the rich and give to the poor. Should we let them in? No. Sounds like a bad idea. No, I think you're right, Torben. We didn't answer those peculiar calls and kept the door locked until the noises outside faded away. We're not exactly sure we want those people to come back. They sounded harmless enough, but can harmless people be trusted in these troubled times? It might be worse than those who don't seem harmless at all. I agree. We'll send the padlock and the playing cards. And we'll have one hand free so we can bring something back. I liked that. That was good thinking. Oh, Timmy. Oh, poor, poor Timmy. Easy to feel a bit down living underground like this. No sunshine, no sky. We need to get rid of that pessimism and try to bring some cheerfulness into our lives. Timmy didn't say a word about it, but when he was outside, he scratched his hand on a wire or some other rusty piece of metal. His wound is not looking pretty and we need to do something about it. Axe. Axe is one of the options. Holy shit. Yep, and his arm is now gangrenous. Alright. Wait, he needs to shower. The best medicine for any sickness or injury is to clench your teeth and ignore it. What about getting Timmy something to drink? Isn't he dead? I don't know, do we need to? What is this? I can't read what that is. Is it a book? There are children, Girl Scouts. Okay, good for them. I gave the medkit away for 2 bottles of water. Although the girls are very brave to walk around the wasteland like this, sadly they didn't have anything of interest to us, so we declined their offer. To me seems okay as much as it can be in the current situation. Good. Being safe down here is much better than being pulverized out there, but that doesn't mean we don't want to go outside. Maybe we can take a walk soon. Wait, the rest of our markings were in that book. That's weird. Ted got us water. Oh no, we're not going to die. A little trip to the surface might have been spotted and followed. We should be more careful next time. There are mutilated spider crabs. We found a bar which survived the blast and its neon sign was still working except for the letter A. So burr? We found non-pure water. We found a set of checkers on one of the tables. Lots more water, other stuff. Okay. Very good. I want to... Okay, that's cool. This lasts forever, apparently. I want to try... Did that, like, save my game? I hope so. I want to try a different game mode before I run out of time here.